What would you do if a 9-year-old kid in duct-taped boots claimed he could heal your daughter? And he was right. It was a freezing morning in Birmingham, Alabama. The kind of cold that stung your fingertips and made every breath visible in the air. Families rushed in and out of the children's medical center, coffee in one hand, papers in the other, moving fast as if speed could fix pain. But one boy wasn't moving. He sat on a flattened cardboard box near the revolving doors, sketching quietly in a weather-beaten notebook. His name was Ezekiel Zeke Carter. Just 9 years old. Oversized coat, duct tape across one boot, a red beanie sliding over his ears. He never begged, never asked for money, he just watched. Always watching. Across the street, a silver Range Rover idled. Inside sat Jonathan Reeves, a man with money, power, and a broken heart. In the back seat was his daughter Isla, 6 years old, wrapped in a pink blanket. Months earlier, a tragic accident had left her paralyzed from the waist down. She hadn't run, climbed, or laughed the same since. Jonathan carried her toward the hospital doors, holding her as though she might shatter. And that's when Zeke spoke. "Sir," he said softly, "I can make your daughter walk again." Jonathan froze. It wasn't the words, it was the way he said them. Calm. Certain. Like it wasn't a wish, but a fact. "Not funny, kid," Jonathan muttered. But Zeke didn't flinch. "I'm not joking." Jonathan brushed it off and went inside, but those words haunted him through every appointment, every doctor's long road ahead speech. They replayed in his mind like an echo, "I can make your daughter walk again." By the time he walked back out that afternoon, Zeke was still there, waiting. Jonathan confronted him. "You're just a kid. What could you possibly know?" Zeke lowered his notebook. "My mom was a physical therapist. She taught me. She believed the body remembers. Even when it forgets." There was no con, no hustle in his voice. Just quiet certainty. Against his better judgment, Jonathan agreed, "Fine. Tomorrow. Harrington Park. Noon. Don't be late." The next day, Zeke was already waiting at the park bench with nothing but a towel, a rice pack, and a tennis ball. Jonathan rolled Isla over, arms crossed, skeptical. Zeke knelt gently beside her wheelchair. "Nothing will hurt. If it feels wrong, we stop. Okay?" For an hour, he warmed her muscles, stretched her legs, tapped pressure points, and, most importantly, talked to her. He made her laugh. He made her try. By the end, Isla whispered something her father hadn't heard in months. "I felt something. It wasn't much. But it was enough." Week after week, they met again. Harrington Park became their ritual. Some days were good, some frustrating. Once Isla nearly gave up, tears running down her face. "It's pointless," she said. Zeke knelt beside her. "I get tired too. I get mad too. But scared doesn't mean stop. It means you're close to something big." And she tried again. That day, her foot slid forward. A small movement, but a miracle in Jonathan's eyes. Word began to spread. Nurses noticed. Parents whispered. Soon, other families showed up at the park, kids in wheelchairs, children with walkers, mothers and fathers desperate for hope. And Zeke never turned anyone away. He taught parents how to stretch their children's muscles, how to warm rice packs, how to encourage without pressure. "You're not broken," he told one boy. "You're just learning a new kind of strong." The crowd grew every Sunday. Folding chairs. Coffee donations. Flyers. A reporter wrote about the mysterious 9-year-old healer with taped-up boots. But Zeke never cared about headlines. He still showed up early, laid out his towel, and always started with Isla. Then came the 9th Sunday. The park was buzzing. Parents, kids, volunteers, all waiting. Zeke turned to Isla, serious. "Same as before. We'll help you stand. You do the rest." Jonathan's hand steadied her from behind. Zeke guided her knees. 1, 2, 3. And for the first time since her accident, Isla stood. Her legs trembled. Her arms shook. But she was standing, on her own 2 feet. The park went silent, then gasps, then tears. Isla smiled. I'm standing. Jonathan stepped back, shaking, unable to breathe. She stayed up. Then, 1 step. Another. And a third, before falling into her father's arms, both of them laughing and crying. You did it, Jonathan whispered. You really did it. Zeke just smiled. I said we'd try. That night, Jonathan placed a hand on the boy's shoulder. Zeke, you changed everything. My daughter walked today, not because of doctors or medicine, but because a kid with nothing showed up again and again. You gave us hope. And Zeke replied softly, that's what my mom would have done. Sometimes, the most broken people are the ones holding the tools to heal others. They may not have money, titles, or degrees. But they have heart, grit, and the courage to keep showing up. If this story moved you, share it. And if you know a kid like Zeke, or a girl like Isla, remind them. You matter. You are needed.